Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So just wanted to stop by and give you an update on this painting. So as such you can see that I have applied and applying the first layer of color, which is not complete yet. It's taking a lot of time and is going to take a lot of time because the size of the canvas is big, and to be honest it requires a lot of thinking about the colors and thinking about how this painting is going to pan out, because it's something very different from what I generally do. And so far I have uh, completed this part of the painting and this part of the painting, and if I just turn around the camera a little bit, so you can see that I have applied the first layer of color on the sheep also. So that's about it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the colors that I use for the painting. As such, in many of my videos I told that I like to use the color which are muted, so I have to mute a color a lot, which I do with a lot of color. And I do have a little knowledge about color theory, so I use a lot of complementary color to mix the color and then dull it down and tone it and mute it. So the color I use is titanium white. I think मेरी ट्यूब खत्म होने वाली है and I think I have to buy a new tube. This tube has been going on for last, I don't know, maybe a year or so, I think. Yeah, so yeah, titanium white is the color that I use a lot, because in everything you need white. So that's the reason I buy bigger tubes. And then I use burnt umber. Burnt umber is a first choice of color when I'm doing the for underpainting. And because in underpainting there is a lot of brownish tone that I need to cover, and then it is nice if you are aware of a method called grizzle. Grizzle के अंदर what you do is you apply the layer of burnt umber and ultramarine blue, and use it as a mix of black and white to create that value structure. So I use a lot of burnt umber while doing the first layer of color. And let me just see, this is my ultramarine blue. This is ultramarine blue. Be sure. Yeah, so a mixture of burnt umber and ultramarine blue is a must if you are applying the first layer of color. It's actually helps many painter to tone it down, and your painting will look realistic than just straight taking out the paint straight from the tube and then applying it. I think it doesn't make any sense. The painting also doesn't look very nice. So for the skin tone, generally my colors are ochre yellow. Okay, I use a lot of ochre yellow. Then this is vermilion hue. Vermilion hue. And I use a tint of cobalt blue to again going back to the color theory. Cobalt blue is really helps to tone down the color, which is very important. And I also use a lot of burnt sienna. पहले मुझे नहीं पता था burnt sienna का the power of burnt sienna, because first of all you can use it in outline also, and then you can use it in to create that skin tone. And if you're going to mix it with Viridian green, then I think the dark that will come out is really nice. And the shadowy area, if you want to cover, it's really nice. It's a really nice color. And I was not using black in my colors when working on the face and skin tones. But black, if you use a little bit of black to tone down the color, I mean, if you're creating a pinkish color around lips or the cheeks, then if you mix these two colors, vermilion hue and black, very little black, with a mixture of yellow ochre, then I think it comes out really nice. So you have to try it for yourself. And if I'm doing the painting and if I come across this color mixture, then I'm going to put it down and definitely going to highlight this thing. So that's about the skin tone. So in today's video, I'm going to do the demo for this particular area. This is a sheep. There are multiple sheep. I still have to cover this area which is left, and we are going to do the demo for this particular area, and I'm going to leave you with a video of this area. And this area is going to take a lot of time to complete this painting because of the limited number of hours that I have in a day, because I paint in the night and in the daytime I have my office. So yeah, so anyways, apart from that, I hope you're going to enjoy this video. I hope you find this particular video informative, and if you do, then please do like, share and subscribe, and let's begin with the video. To be honest, I wasn't sure that how should I approach coloring the sheep because I've not done it previously. So I was just little warming up. I started with the color ultramarine blue and burnt umber, and then started outlining it and putting it the color where I can understand that this is the color that I can use. So I see a lot of violet in this also, so I was using a mixture of ultramarine blue and vermilion hue, and then mixing it with a tint of alizarin crimson where the violet is used. And for the yellow part, I'm using ochre yellow and white, a lot of white, and also a little bit of raw umber. So many times this happens that when you start painting, you don't know how to approach it, and it happens lot many times. It happens with me, it happens with many of the painters, that it's difficult to understand the color, and if it is the first time, then of course there is a fear that the painting is not going to come out that way. But keeping the fear aside, you really have to just go through the paintings. I mean, first you can warm up a little, and then you will apply the color, mix color, and then I think in the end you can find the color that is needed. For example, I didn't know that this shape is going to come out like this, and how I'm going to make the texture, the woolly texture. But I realized that first I have to apply the first layer of color, and then later on I can create that woolly effect in the second layers, or subsequently in the third layer maybe, because in the first layer it's not possible to create that kind of texture. So once you have figured out the color that are needed for the subject, then it's smooth sailing, and then you just have to be mindful of the values that you are applying, and you have to trust the process, and eventually you will see that once you are about to complete the painting, that everything will fall into place. If everything is not fall into place, then you have to keep trying and try a new painting, which I generally do if something didn't go well. So that's about it. I'm going to leave you here, and I hope you are going to enjoy the rest of the video, and I hope you find this particular video informative, and if you do, then please do like, share and subscribe. So this is the end of the video, guys, and I am really enjoy painting this, and I'm really excited about it, that what will come next. And I see you in the next video with the new update.